Many people who don't play golf see it as a rich man's sport. And that's the image that our next guests want to change. They're in Washington to talk to the folks on Capitol Hill, and they hope to change those perceptions. Joining me are Mark Woodward, who is the CEO of the Course Superintendents Association, and Rafael Barajas, who is the superintendent of the Hacienda Golf Course in Diamond Bar, California. Gentlemen, when I was a kid, I caddied for a bunch of fat old guys who I thought were impossibly rich. And it didn't, golf looked like a lot of fun, but not the way they played it.
Well, it's interesting, that perception of it being an elitist sport or whatever. It's really not true, because we have about 16,000 golf courses in the United States, which are really true small businesses that are run, and we employ about 2 million people in the business. And what's interesting, of those 16,000, 10,000 are public access golf courses.
So only 10,000 of 16 are public?
Public access golf courses.
Never would have thought it.
About 70% of the rounds played on a PGA type facility are public access rounds, and the average cost of those rounds is for 18 holes is $28 nationally in 2007, and for less than 18 holes is close to $14. So not a rich man's sport by any means.
Well, you guys are here to talk to Congress, right? Because yes, golf was excluded from the Recovery Act and from the disaster assistance under the Emergency Economic Stabilization Act. You want to turn that around?
Yes, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to turn that message around a little bit and tell the story of golf in a different manner, and really put a new face on golf. This truly isn't about tournament golf or what you see on TV. This is about the people that work day in and day out making their living at golf. And we were excluded from the Katrina tax relief funding that was given a few years ago, and we wanted to change that. And that's what really started the impetus of this We Are Golf campaign. And that's the message that we're trying to get out, that we are small businesses employing a lot of people in the United States that are making their living, paying mortgages, putting their kids through college and those types of things. And we deserve that recognition as well. And we don't want any special treatment from Congress. We want to have a level playing field with other small businesses.
So you're talking about employment that golf creates. Mr. Barajas, I guess your story illustrates that pretty well. Tell us.
Well, a golf course will employ an average of approximately 40 to 50 individuals on an average nationwide. But not only that, I mean, it goes beyond, golf goes beyond that, because the impact that it has, it goes to other businesses such as golf equipment manufacturers, food and beverage operations. It's deeper than just the employees that are employed at the golf course. In my case, what golf has done for me is it's given me a career, and it also allowed me the opportunity to send my 4 kids to college that otherwise I would have never been able to do. I would have never been able to have done that.
So I understand you came to this country as a child, right?
That is correct. That is correct. I came to this country back in 1978. I was 14 years old. I knew I wasn't going to work indoors. I grew up outdoors, and so it was natural for me to look at an open space, and golf was just a beautiful piece of land that provides a lot of provides opportunities for a lot of people. I mean, it provides an enjoyment and employment opportunities for many people.
So you guys are also talking about golf as an environmental help to sustain the environment.
Yeah, there's really kind of 3 legs to the stool that we're talking about: the economic, the environmental, and the human aspects of golf. But one of the big legs of that stool is the environmental component. And the Environmental Institute for Golf, which is our organization's philanthropic arm, is leading the charge from an industry-wide standpoint to develop a sustainability platform that's working towards continuous improvement, showing that the golf industry is conscious of what we do and how we do it, and from an environmental stewardship standpoint.
So do you see it as a way to sustain open land? I mean, that golf course that I caddied on as a kid is now apartment buildings.
In some cases, that's what happens. But golf course is really a sanctuary for wildlife. It provides a green space for the environment. I mean, there's a lot of wildlife in our situation. You got a lot of wild animals that roam around the golf course. There is really a sanctuary for wildlife and the environment. I mean, we really are stewards of the environment.
So okay, as we widen this up, let me just put it to you both.
Okay.
A lot of people might look at this and say, okay, just another industry here to get a piece of the action in Washington.
Well, all we want is a level playing field, because we have been excluded from some of the issues related to policy making and legislation.
And do you think that's because of your image as an elitist sport?
I think it's because we haven't done a very good job of telling our story, and now we've come together and we're reducing redundancy. We're coming together as a one voice, as an industry for the first time, and all of the allied associations are here today for National Golf Day, and a part of that is unveiling of the We Are Golf campaign that we're working on right now. And so we think it's part of us telling our story. And we talked to the Republican leadership this morning, and they agreed to listen to us and say we need to understand what you all do as an industry better, but you also need to understand what we do. So we're here to offer ourselves as a resource, as an industry to them, kind of a soft ask on this trip, to offer ourselves as a resource and to collaborate with them and to try to be included at the table when they have dialogue about legislation, because we think we have a lot to add to that dialogue when it takes place.
So, you going to invite anybody out for a round?
You're welcome. If you're in California, you're welcome to come over and play my facility.
We'd love to have you out. That'd be great.
We'd love to have you out. Absolutely.
Rafael Barajas, Mark Woodward, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the time.